All right, here we go. I said I was done with them spider stories, didn't I? Well, I was. And I was free of them, so if anybody ever came up to me again and said, "Hey, Yogi, tell me one of them spider stories, that one about the trailer's always good." No, I don't have to tell you nothing. Go look at it on the YouTube. It's a video now. It ain't mine. It ain't my story to tell no more. It's the world's. Yeah. So, but no, I went a couple of videos back. I was going to try to read some fan mail, but apparently I don't get fan mail. I get hate mail. Yeah. I don't know what I did to deserve it, but you know what? If you got that nastiness in you, and you got to get it out somehow to make yourself feel a little better, then go ahead and spew some of that nastiness at me. And I hope it made you feel good. Because I can take it. And if it makes you feel better, then good. Get some of that nastiness out of you. All right. Bless your heart. All right. So I got a hate mail from this certain group of people that love spiders. They demanded I take my videos down because they're inciting violence towards, you know what I'm talking about, them spiders, yeah. That made me mad. I'm like, no, I ain't taking my videos down. I ain't, because they said, we demand you taking, it, professional looking, it was, but we demand you take your videos down. They're inciting violence towards spiders. And I said no. At first I said no, I wasn't. And then I thought about it. And I said, I still no. Spider number 5, here it comes. First I have to do a claimer row, right? When the video may contain something they might upset somebody hearing it. I got to put a claimer on at the beginning. So here's the claimer. We're going to talk about marijuana. A feller smoked it in front of me one time in a car. It's never touched my lips, but I did smell it in that car that is going to be in this story about spider story number 5. My mama, the reason I ain't never smoked, main reason I ain't never smoked is my mama asked me one night, she said, you ain't ever gonna do that devil's lettuce, are you? And I was like, I don't know what that is. I was like 11, I don't know. You ain't never gonna do that, or I don't know what that is. Mary J. Wanna. Ah, there you go. Okay, well, everybody knows that because the Claytons grow that way back up in the far end of the holler. You can't. That's why you can't go up there. You can go a little bit into the holler where the swimming pool, the hole is, where you swimming and they got all them trees with the weird roots and stuff. That's a fun place to go. You can go there, but don't go. I wouldn't go up any. The Claytons growing some marijuana up there. Yeah, in the old days, same family did moonshine. I've been shot at over there because I went up too far above the swimming hole. Yeah, that's going to be in my near-death experience video what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you about that. So anyway, my mama said don't. I said okay. She said promise. I said okay. And even though she's gone, she's still up there and she's looking down. She'll slap a knot on my head. So, all right, there's the claimer. We're going to talk about that. So, my buddy Bug, my buddy Rusty, and me, we used to drive around in Bug had a old Ford Falcon. I don't remember what year. It was in the 60s, I think, probably. I don't know. You know, car dateologist. Do I look? No, I don't look like one. How would you even think? Anyway, so I was always sitting in the back, and but my buddy Bug would drive, and my buddy Rusty D would be in the passenger seat, and we'd always go over to the other town, just over the line, the county line, into the next town, because they had a skating rink and grocery store that stayed open late, and then a skating rink. Did I already say that? They had a skating rink, a drive-in. That's what it was. And we'd go over there and just hang out and talk to people in the parking lots of the skating rink. And so that's the only thing you could do. Either that or just stay home and watch three damn channels on TV. So, but every time we go out of town and come back, that Deputy Perkins, he knew Bug's car. And so he pulled us over every time because he didn't like Bug. I like Sheriff Everett. He's a good guy. I didn't like Deputy Perkins. So one night we're going to go drive over to the next town, right? And we stop at the post office to drop off something inside for Bug's mom. When Bug comes out, there's this shaggy-looking feller with him. Ain't shaved in a bunch of days, and shaggy hair and big old clothes. It was too big for him, and I'm like, what? He looked like a damn hobo fell off a train at the train yard. I don't know if we're still... Well, I guess we probably ain't even allowed to say hobo no more, I guess. So anyway, he looked like a damn hobo. And, but he come over, that guy starts walking over and opens the door and just gets in. And I'm looking at him like, what the, who? And then he looks at me and he looks at my buddy Rusty Deal. He looks at him and he goes, hey dudes, what's up? And I'm like, I don't know. You tell, I ain't got a clue what's up, you know? I'm looking at this guy and he's like, my name's, and it was Eric or Derek or something like that, one of them. But I don't remember. But I'm like, okay, all right. And I'm trying to figure out how to say, get the hell out of my car, get the, who? When then Bug gets in, sits down, he goes, hey, this is Eric or Derek, I don't remember. And Bug said, we're going to give him a ride over to the next day, trying to get home to Atlanta. And I ain't going to tell you where the next town is called, because then you can figure out where I'm at, and then all my fans will mock me, tear up the traffic flow downtown, and the paparazzi will be on my neighbors' roofs and fences. I can't have that. I can't have that. You think my neighbors ain't going to get mad at me if the paparazzi's on their roof? They will. Stay off the roofs. Why you climb up there? Just to get a damn picture, you gonna climb on somebody else's roof. Anyway, so we're driving, and this feller's sitting there, and he looks over at me, and he goes, look at what I got. And he pulls up a little bag, and it's got some little green things in it. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he says, you dudes got any papers or a bowl? Just like that. And I'm like, no, we don't do that. And he goes, well, I've got to, you know how, he says he's got to find something to smoke with, so he says, pull over, man, pull over. And I'm like, we're in the middle of damn nowhere. It's just a country road from one town to the other, just woods and farmland on both sides. And I've said enough. You might start being able to figure it out, and I can't have it. So this feller gets out of a car, and he starts walking along the ditch, and he's like, come up just a little bit. Come up just, and he's using the headlights looking in the ditch. He come up with a Coke can. I'm like, what the hell's he going to do? And he comes back, and he hops in, and he says, okay, we can go. And we start driving, and that feller, and I'm like looking at him like, what are you doing? What are you doing? He starts bending and molding like some kind of masterful artist. He turned that Coke can into a Mary J. Wanna smoking thing. And I was like, I didn't want that in the car because I knew Deputy Perkins was going to pull us over, and we're going to prison. We're going to prison. I'm going to tell you something. 20-year-old Yogi wasn't built for no prison. He wasn't. I was like, we're going to jam jail tonight. And this guy starts smoking with that can, and he's just sucking and huffing and puffing on that can. And I rolled my window down a little bit. I said, everybody roll your window down a little bit. And then that fella says, like, not too much because I won't be able to light it. And I'm like, with smoke's building up, it's getting in my clothes. Deputy Perkins I'm freaking out. And then that fella he's still sucking on that thing, and then he tries to offer it to me, and I'm like, no. So he tries to hand it to the boys up there, no. So he goes back, huffing and puffing, sucking on that can. And I'm like, and that car's smoking. We're leaving smoke out the cracked windows like Cheech and Chong coming to town. Finally, that feller's still going to town on that thing. He went like 10 minutes. Then he turns it towards me like this. He said, you sure you don't want? I said, no, I don't, thank you. And as he's turning it back to him, out that mouth, the drinking hole of the can, where he's been sucking and huffing and puffing on for like 10 minutes, here come them spider legs out there, and that big old thing come out of that little hole. And he freaked out and he threw it towards me. And I batted it back towards him, but that spider come somersaulting off of it, and it went somewhere, and I said, stop the car! And we stopped that car, and everybody jumped out. I walked home. They were still searching with sticks and the flashlight from the trunk. I walked home. I never got in that car again. Matter of fact, I never got in the car again. Because I started driving my sister Patty's car, and then we all started going in mine because it was better than that piece of crap. Plus, there wasn't some surprise-ass spider attack getting ready to happen in it. Whew, I'm glad to get that one. I seen that. I seen them legs coming out, and I was like, part of my brain was like shutting down, going, I don't know what that is. I don't want to know. I don't want to know what it is. And I'm just looking, going, what? And then it come out, it's big, and it curls over the top, and he chucks it at me. And I batted it back like that. Oh, I'm glad to get that one out. Whew, all right, we're going to do a song. Here's your homework. The song is from 1968. Yeah, way back there. I was like 5 or something like that. But if the song is called "Build Me Up, Buttercup," and the group is called The Foundations. Yeah, pronounced just like it sounds. "Build Me Up, Buttercup" by The Foundations. Go listen to that, and let me know what you think about it. I like that song. It's from my childhood. I remember it when it was on the radio. All that time ago. So there you go. Spider story number 5. You got your song to go listen to. And I guess that's about it for tonight anyhow. So Spider Lovers United, I hope you have a pleasant evening. Over and done.